Hello viewers, how are you? Thank you for watching my videos. Today I want to tell you the background of Ethiopian civil war. I think our discussion of today may give you the preview of what Ethiopia is, not only the politics, any factors relating to politics. I'm going to talk, especially in Ethiopia, religion. Religion is very important in Ethiopians' life. According to United Nations data, 98% of Ethiopians said religion is important, and 98% of them have a certain religion, which affects the political life of the people too, which is very interrelated in Ethiopian issue that you don't see and you don't hear on interim medias. That's what I want to tell you, because every human factor is interrelated. We see the result, but before the result there are processes. What are the process before this civil war? What is the demography? I want to tell you that. When we say Ethiopia, we got this name in 1931 officially, after the 1931 constitution during Haile Selassie time, called that country Ethiopia. Before that, there are many names, but mostly the outside world knows as Abyssinia. But Abyssinia is only some part of the country, especially in the northern part of the country. Then Ethiopia has many histories. When we say history between the people, interrelation, intermarriage of different ethnic background, including different religion followers in the country. If I start the most important factor from religion, I can give you the preview of the direction of the country in relation to this. That means which part of the country is dominant in this religion. I start from maybe the northern part of the country. The northern part of the country is dominantly Coptic Orthodox. They call it Ethiopian Orthodox. It is a Coptic type of Orthodox, but it is in some way different from Coptic, even in many ways. So the religion in the northern part of the country, where you mostly hear from media about the war, is the Coptic Orthodox dominant religion. Other few religions are also around, but the dominant is Coptic. When you go to the eastern part of the country, the eastern part of the country is dominantly Muslim. Dominantly a Muslim country. It is the place where boundary with Somalia, it is a boundary with Djibouti in that way, and our people living in the eastern part of the country is dominantly Muslim. When you go to the southern part of the country, which is a boundary with Kenya, it is mostly, you see all religions, but you may get also many Protestants in that way. Evangelical Christians, you can see many people may be evangelical Christians. You see Muslims and every religion. There is no any religious conflict and any problem in that area. You don't see anything. It is a very peaceful area where our people are living together for a long time. And also you see the original culture of Oromo, the traditional Oromo life, you may see in the southern part of the country, where we call like Borana, Guji. Those people are original tradition of Oromo people, like Gada system, you may see around there, mostly. And the people are, you can say, the people of truth, okay? They live for the truth. When you see their life, it is really blessing. Ethiopia is called the first country in Africa by having cattle, like cows and sheep and others, because of the people I'm telling you in the southern part of the country. Most of them are from evangelical Christian. When we go to the western part of the country, the western part is dominantly evangelical Christian. That is, you know, as a Protestant. Mostly we call Protestant. In Ethiopia, official name is evangelical Christian, but internationally we say Protestant. So the western part of the country is where evangelicalism has been taking place, mostly for a long time. It is more civilized area, and the people living in the western part of the country understands the politics, human rights, democracy, and every issue. Not only today, even before Haile Selassie, before everything, they understood and they were protesting for their rights for a long time. That is why the Ethiopian state always sees those people as a danger, saying they are missionary, they are taught by missionary, because this western part of the country, especially the Oromia part, we call like Wallagga, and in some western part of Shawa, there is good relationship between Europe and these areas because of the missionaries, because of the NGOs during the time, because the people accept Jesus Christ as their savior, okay, converting from other religion, and the area is full of evangelicalized, and many residents of the area are almost educated people, and they sent their children to United States, to Europe, to Scandinavians, many places. And in Ethiopian history, they call it the most educated area, but the most forgotten area by every government coming to power. Therefore, why I raised this, many people in the Ethiopian civil war of nowadays, they think Abiy Ahmed as a Pentecostal Christian and consider how this guy is doing like this. There may be some problem, people say. But Abiy Ahmed grew up in a Muslim family. He came to the Pentecostal Christians, which were converted fully from the Coptic, having the Coptic culture. Even if they said they are converted to Pentecostal Christian, they didn't lose the culture of Coptic. That means which says Ethiopia as a god, as idol, which accept the Ethiopian false history, the pride which is written but you don't see on the ground. So Abiy Ahmed grew up in such Pentecostal church. I can tell you easily they are called full gospel believers. Not all full gospel believers are like that, but the church in Amharic, the church that is giving service in Amharic language, as it is copied from the Coptic, it is similar in many ways. Therefore, they see Ethiopia as special. That is not bad, but they want to reject other countries and accept Ethiopia and sees Ethiopia as the country of covenant with God in a special way. That is what is copied from the Coptic teachers. The Ethiopian Coptic, what I mean. Therefore, Abiy Ahmed had that ideology. As soon as he came to power, he declared war on Protestant Christian dominant area of the western part of the country. Not to the north, not that of Tigray. The first war Abiy Ahmed declared was in the western part of the country, in Wallagga. Wallagga, most missionaries in Europe now understand well. It is a coffee producing area, coffee and a gold producing area. Therefore, the Abiy Ahmed ideology is not a biblical ideology. You may understand from this. As soon as he came to power, he declared war on people. He said, we will destroy them. The first case. After that, he couldn't win the war. He lost in the western part of the country. Even though the people, they don't have clash, they pray to God. They are very, very, to tell you the truth, people those who pray to God every time. I have to tell you the truth, even though it is a YouTube video. Therefore, he lost the war, making war 3 years on those people, by command post, by everything, he lost. Now the area is not in the hand of Abiy government. Totally, we can say it is in the hand of Oromo Liberation Army. Then Abiy came, returned his face to the northern part of the country. On that issue, not mostly Abiy, the Amhara politicians, Amhara elite, they are also from the northern part of the country. They are really not very far apart from Tigrayan people, but they started a war with Tigray. Who is supporting the war on Tigray? It is fully popular even on media. It is called the war between Amharas and the Tigray. As Abiy Ahmed is in love with his power, every time he's in love with power. If I have a power, I can do everything, and I can make Ethiopia according to my wish. That is what he has been saying on his book and everywhere. He speaks that. Therefore, because of his power, he supported these Amhara ideologies. And those Amharas, why do they hate Tigray and the others? They are totalitarianists. That country, federal government system speak Amharic. This they think as a privilege, saying that Ethiopia is made by us. But that's not the truth. The truth is very far from this. The truth is, even during the Menelik time, who made Ethiopians are mostly from Oromos. But they submitted themselves to speaking Amharic and to the Coptic church. That is the only difference. Therefore, Abiy accepted the Amhara's ideology and started a war against Tigray with Eritrea. Because if it is not with Eritrea, he cannot move this way. Because Tigrayans are, to tell you the truth, they are good fighters. And they had experience. In 27 years, most of Tigrayans had been working in security. The security areas were almost dominated by Tigrayans. Therefore, they got many training. They have experience in that area. Therefore, without Eritrea, he may not move even this way. Therefore, he put Eritrea in that way. Amara, these federal forces, they took to Tigray. One of the worst war in our history started by Nobel Peace Prize winner Prime Minister of 2019. Then the country lost many things. Other countries involved in the war by giving support in many ways. Today, Ethiopia is one of the worst battle in the world nowadays. It is a country called civil war. It is at the first stage in the world now. Therefore, the war in Ethiopia most of the time have its own relation, as I told you, with some religious ideology. Those who are supporting Abiy Ahmed now, we can see three groups who are supporting the war. Even if you talk about peace, they may kill you. Many people are in prison because they say peace is important. We need negotiation. If you say that, they don't want you. Those are three groups. The first group is the new Pentecostalists. The new Pentecostals who have been getting benefit from Abiy Ahmed by getting something, bringing something without tax or something by opening church. There are such group having some satellite or television. Those people are not a real Pentecostal, as I told you. They use as a business, and they are mostly related to with Coptic. Therefore, those groups are supporting Abiy way. They support the Abiy way. Therefore, the war is important. They say we have to win them. There is God with Abiy Ahmed. That is the way they think. I don't know it is for real Christianity or other thing, but I don't believe supporting a war is not the way. I grew up by biblical principle. I live in that, but I didn't see anywhere where war between brothers is important. Even God say, forgive. If somebody cut you this, give this one. That is what I know from Bible. But those people are preaching to their follower that Abiy is in the right way. The other group is the Amhara extremist group. When I say Amhara extremist group, I'm not saying Amhara people. Amhara extremist groups are the group whose descendants of feudalists in Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, there was a feudalist up to 1960s, up to 1970s. After 1974, the feudalists were removed. It became history now, but the feudals' children who came to abroad, to United States or to Europe and other countries, are still alive. Those feudal children now returned back to Ethiopia and participating in the war. Most of them are artists, actors, like actors and artists, not mostly professionals, but they have followers. Therefore, they are participating in the war. They are showing the war. Even advising some people to be dangerous, to hate Tigrayans and Oromos, to hate others. And some of them says those people are evil. They are Satan. They are demon, like that. Considering just using many artistic words. Those are the group of the feudal children. Their fathers had been feudals in Ethiopia, invading the land of our people, making any extreme and worst human rights issues in the country, getting military weapon from some European power at the time. Those are their children who built themselves in the Western countries, but today campaigning against the interest of the Western countries. They got refugee in Europe, got refugee in United States. They built their life. Today, they are opposing the policy of United States. They are opposing the policy of Europe and the democratic nation because they don't want the war to stop. If once the war stops, they lost everything because they don't have a base in people. That is the group which is dangerous not only for Ethiopia, but having two passports. Having the passport of United States, but they are participating in the civil war. Having passport of United Kingdom, participating in the civil war. Which is really dangerous, not only for Ethiopians, but dangerous for Western countries and democratic countries who gives them citizenship. Therefore, the second group, those are the second group who are supporting the civil war. The third group is what we call the revenge group. Those who want to revenge or retaliate TPLF. Those may be from different backgrounds, maybe from different ethnic groups, maybe from Oromos and from other ethnic groups also, because of the propaganda of something, who hates TPLF much, okay, who are in some way not benefited during the TPLF time and who were mostly cheated by the propagandas and who didn't understand the political way, only by hate, by just few understanding of the country politics, those are supporting this war. Okay. Thinking that the TPLF will come to power again and will lead us. More than that, Abiy Ahmed must lead us. There are people in the group who think in such a way. Those are the supporters. But who is fighting against who? That's what I want to tell you. Totally, the war is, in general, it is between two bodies. The first is the feudal children, the feudalist, oppressive, totalitarian group who don't want to see democracy in Ethiopia. The second group is who want to democracy, who represent the people, who are loved by the people. Democrats, federalist forces. TPLF is one of them. Oromo Liberation Army, Oromo Liberation Front part, that means Oromo Liberation Army is the most important agent on the democratic way of the country, having huge population support because Oromo is the largest group in the country, not only 34% or something like what is written. No, it is more than half of the population of Ethiopia. Oromia is almost accommodating about 60% of the country GDP. Therefore, those groups are fighting those feudalists in total. But you may see Oromo or something in this feudalist because they didn't understand the way. That is why the war is still going on. That is why it is not a simple war to be stopped. So many players on both sides. But totally it is a political war. It is a war that is being made by Amara elite, Amara feudalists, and the federalist force to secure power. But the Abiy Ahmed group, which we can easily say the Amara part, using state power, declare war on democracy, declare war on the people's self-rule, on the identity of Ethiopians, on the language of the people, on plurality. It's declared war. That is why the war is not simple. It is not as you see on many international medias. It is more than that. What's happening is more than that. We are in the community. They are our community. We see, we collect information from the residents. It's really amazing. But as personally, I believe the hand of God is moving in Ethiopia. I hope the war is not only in the hands of people. It will be only judged by God. It may be the judgment time. Because Ethiopian people, all Ethiopian ethnic group, they need peace, development. They need to rest from war and the propaganda of war. That's what I can say today. I think you may get some of my points. As I am not a journalist, I don't speak like a journalist. I speak my way. I don't make a pre-preparation or something. I speak from my knowledge, from the life I've been living, and the truth, what is in the country. Therefore, this is it. I will come and explain you for those who want to know from a person who is directly living in that country, who had been in bureaucracy of the country. I had been working in the bureaucracy of that country, in the foreign service. I may know the issue well, but I may not explain it well in English the way you want. But if you bring questions on the comment, if you ask me to do something, if you ask me more explanation, I can do videos on that. That's what I can promise for you. Thank you so much. Like and share my videos. I do it in English every time. Thank you so much. Bye.